Welcome back to our video platform. Robert Duvall is a very important figure in the history of movies. He shows us how important it is to keep trying, work hard, and have a lot of talent. However, throughout his long career, he has encountered difficult challenges that most people could not even imagine. Duvall has succeeded in both his acting career and in standing up for his beliefs, despite facing challenges when he decided to pursue a career in art different from what his family had planned for him. Did Duvall become a famous actor in American movies by breaking all limits and changing from a traditional military family background to a bold artist who accepted unconventional roles? How did an actor who was once thought to be too quiet and not very charismatic become a famous and unforgettable movie star with iconic roles in movies like The Godfather, Apocalypse Now, and Tender Mercies? What made it possible for him to connect with millions of people without using the usual flashy and attractive elements of Hollywood? Robert Duvall's story is not only about achieving success, he represents determination and is highly skilled in acting. He shows how powerful it is to follow your passion until the end. Come with us as we explore the life of this amazing man, full of both difficult times and great achievements. A man who worked hard to prove his value in a tough world where talent is always challenged by bravery, childhood and youth. Robert Duvall was born on January 5, 1931, in San Diego, California, to a family with a strong history and tradition in the military. His dad, Admiral William Howard Duvall, was a well-respected officer in the United States. The Navy person had a successful career after finishing studies at the United States Naval Academy. Robert's mother, Mildred Virginia Duvall, was a classy woman and came from the famous Lee family, known for General Robert E. Lee. Read about Lee, a famous person from the American Civil War. Robert comes from a very important family and is expected to join the military like his father. Robert Duvall's early life was like a journey with no clear destination, similar to many children from military families. His family often moved to different places because his father got new jobs in the Navy. Robert spent a lot of time in Annapolis, Maryland, where the United States Naval Academy is located. There, he was in a strict environment where everything was well organized and structured. Robert learned important values like self-control, perseverance and faithfulness when he was young, which influenced who he is today. Robert was the middle of three brothers. His older brother, William Jr., and his younger brother, John, had different personalities, but all three were raised under the strict guidance of their ambitious father. William Jr. continued the family tradition. John became a lawyer in the entertainment industry, and Robert was always unique from a young age. He was not a standout student and was usually seen as average in his school work. However, he had a strong imagination and a deep love for stories and the arts. While his father was seen as strong and successful in the military, his mother was a different kind of inspiration. Mildred, who enjoyed art, often motivated her son to discover his creative talents. She used to act in amateur plays and had a big influence on Robert's love for art, even though his father didn't approve. The difference between his father's high standards and his mother's kind encouragement caused some of the first struggles in Robert's life. Robert learned to adjust easily while growing up in a military setting. He got good at making friends in new schools and handling loneliness when his family moved once more. His experience in Annapolis was influenced by his father and the chance to become more resilient and independent. This made Robert understand that a military career was not the right choice for him. He once said that he found math difficult and didn't have the interest needed to follow a military path like his father wanted. Instead, he discovered he was interested in creative activities, especially in stories and interesting characters. Robert Duvall grew up with important lessons from his parents. His father taught him discipline, while his mother shared her passion for the arts. However, he also wanted to break free from the expected path and discover his true self, trying to find where he really fit in the world. Robert had a tough childhood, but it helped him build a strong base for the important moments in his life, like serving in the military and discovering his love for acting. However, Robert, who had a very different personality, decided to go in a different direction. He didn't want to let his father down, so he decided to meet a military commitment by joining the U.S. military. In 1953, right after the Korean War finished. This was a very important time in Robert's life. When he had to face the tough parts of being in the military, he soon understood that it was not the right place for him. Robert was in the army for 1 year, from August 1953 to August 1954, and reached the rank of private first class. He was based at Fort Gordon, which is now called Fort Eisenhower in Georgia. There he received training and did simple tasks. Even though he didn't fight in any battles, his experience in the military had a strong impact on him. During an interview, he jokingly confessed, "They said I was battling communists. But the reality is, I had more trouble with the M1 rifle during training during this period." Robert started to develop a strong interest in acting. While he was in Augusta, Georgia, he found a small comedy play called Room Service. This was his first time on stage and the first time he truly felt happy while performing for people. Even though it was a small project, it helped Robert discover the direction he really wanted to take. After finishing his time in the military, Robert chose not to do what his family wanted him to do, but to concentrate on his new passion. His mother, who had some experience as a beginner actress, quietly supported him and played a key role in helping him make this brave choice. Robert decided to leave the military and pursue a career in the arts. This choice went against his family's traditions and led him into an unpredictable and risky journey. With help from the GI Bill, a program that gave educational benefits to veterans, Robert started studying at the neighborhood Playhouse School of the Theater in New York City in 1955. This famous acting school was a very important place for him. He learned from Sanford Meisner, who is a well-known acting teacher in American theater history. Meisner not only taught Robert how to act, but also helped him truly grasp human behavior, a talent he would later use to create characters full of genuine emotions and truth. Robert had a tough time during his early years in New York. To pay for his living costs, he had a job at the Manhattan post office during the day and spent his evenings studying acting with other talented actors such as Dustin Hoffman, Gene Hackman, and James Caan. These friends not only talked about their dreams with him, but also encouraged him to keep going during difficult times. At one time, Robert lived in a small apartment with Dustin Hoffman. The two did different kinds of jobs, like selling things at Macy's and driving trucks, to support their dream of becoming actors. Even though Robert faced money problems and doubts from others, he never stopped trying. During this time, he built a strong character and a constant passion for his work, which later became essential in his career and life. Robert improved his acting abilities while at the local theater. This experience set the stage for a successful career that would make him one of the best actors ever. His time in the military taught him to be disciplined and determined, but it was his love for acting that really helped him move away from his family's expectations and create his own successful career. Robert Duvall started his career by taking small but determined steps. He put a lot of effort into every small role to make a name for himself. In his early days in New York, he focused completely on learning and improving his skills at a local theater called the Playhouse. There, he studied with Sanford Meisner, a very famous acting teacher at that time. While many other actors, such as Dustin Hoffman and Gene Hackman, were also having a hard time getting started, Robert started to get noticed in small theaters because he never gave up. He began his acting career at Gateway Playhouse, a summer theater in Long Island, where he appeared in shows such as The Little Prince and Picnic. But the most important moment was when he performed as Eddie Carbone in the play A View from the Bridge by Arthur Miller. This important part not only made him very well liked by critics, but also got the interest of Arthur Miller, who then introduced Robert to important people in the film industry. From then on, his name started to become famous not only in small theaters, but also throughout New York. However, moving from theater to film was not simple, especially in an industry where new actors were met with doubt and strong rivalry. Robert got his big opportunity in movies in 1962 when he was chosen to play the role of Boo Radley in the film To Kill a Mockingbird. This difficult job needed a strong emotional acting with few words. Robert portrayed Boo Radley in a detailed way, making him a mysterious and very complex character that fascinated both viewers and experts. This job not only made him famous, but also led to bigger projects. However, he still found it hard to go from smaller parts to getting more important chances. During the 1960s, Robert kept accepting smaller roles in movies such as Captain Newman, MD, Bullitt, and True Grit. Even though the parts were not big, they showed how determined and committed he was to his work. In 1972, his hard work paid off when he got the part of Tom Hagen in the famous movie The Godfather, directed by Francis Ford Coppola. Robert, the smart and faithful family lawyer, added a special touch to the character, making it a memorable part of movie history. He was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for this. performance, which helped establish his position in the film industry. The character Tom Hagen in The Godfather Part 2 in 1974 helped keep the success of The Godfather going. However, Robert didn't only choose roles that were emotionally demanding. He started to portray different types of characters, such as Lieutenant Colonel Kilgore in the movie Apocalypse Now from 1979. This position required being strong and authoritative, but Robert added special layers and details to it, making Kilgore a memorable character. His famous quote, "I love the smell of napalm in the morning," became a defining moment in his career and a well-known part of mainstream culture. The movie Tender Mercies from 1983 was the one that really established Robert as one of the best actors in the world. Robert gave a moving and genuine performance as Max Sledge, a country singer looking for forgiveness and a fresh start. He won an Oscar for this role because he was very good at becoming the character and making viewers understand Max's emotions. Robert did not want to only act, so he also started directing and writing scripts. In 1997, he made, directed, and acted in a movie called The Apostle, which tells the story of a preacher's path to finding forgiveness. The film was praised by critics and got Robert nominated for an Academy Award again. This showed that Robert was not only an actor but also a skilled storyteller and artist. Even though Robert was very successful, he kept pushing himself to do more. When he was 84 years old, he acted in the movie The Judge in 2014. He was nominated for an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor, making him one of the oldest actors to ever receive this nomination. His depiction of an old father dealing with family problems showed that his talent was still strong and emphasized his lasting love for acting. When we look at Robert Duvall's career, we see how he has always been persistent and dedicated. From starting out on small stages to giving memorable performances in movies, he has shown that success is not about luck but comes from passion, hard work, and continuously improving one's abilities. Robert Duvall is an amazing actor and a famous figure in the film industry. He has made a lasting impact on the world of art and in his personal life. Even though Robert seems tough and sure of himself, deep down he has a soft heart and desires to find a way to combine art and everyday life. He was married 4 times, and each marriage had interesting love stories. He felt sad about not having children, which he joked about but couldn't hide completely. Robert's initial marriage was with Barbara Benjamin, who was an actress and used to dance on the Jackie Gleason show. They first met while making the movie To Kill a Mockingbird and quickly connected because they both loved the arts. They got married in 1964 and were together for 11 years. Barbara had 2 children from a previous marriage, and Robert, even though he was not their biological father, became a caring stepfather to them. However, their relationship didn't last, and they got divorced in 1975. This experience taught Robert about love and heartbreak for the first time. After their sad goodbye, Robert got married for the second time to Gail Youngs, a talented young actress. They got married in 1982. However, their relationship started to have problems after only 4 years. Even though it was short, this marriage helped Robert become more open to future relationships. He got married for the 3rd time in 1991 to Sharon Brophy, who was a skilled and enthusiastic dancer. However, like his past relationships, this one also ended because of difficulties in life. After 4 years, they decided to go their separate ways on good terms. But Robert found true love when he met Luciana Pedraza, who is now his wife. Luciana, a woman from Argentina who is 41 years younger than him, became not just his partner, but also a great source of inspiration for him. They first met in 1997 by chance in Argentina and soon found a strong bond, even though they were different ages. They got married in 2005. Since then, Luciana has been a very important friend in Robert's life. Luciana is more than just a romantic partner. She also works creatively with Robert. They collaborated on the movie Assassination. Tango, where they both expressed their passion for art and the tango dance. Robert frequently mentioned that Luciana brought a new way of looking at things to his life, which helped him stay energetic and enthusiastic even in his 80s. Surprisingly, the couple was born on the same day, January 5th, which makes their connection even more special. One of Robert's biggest regrets is not having kids. He humorously mentioned, "Maybe I can't have children." Instead of feeling sad about it, he decided to live a happy life by concentrating on his family, friends, and work. The kids from his wife's past relationships gave him a unique fatherly experience, and he has always shown them a lot of love and care. Besides loving art and his family, Robert has developed special hobbies that help him keep a well-rounded life. One of his biggest loves is tango, a dance that he considers a way to bond with Luciana and the culture of Argentina. He also started a tango school in the United States to teach this graceful and passionate dance to people who admire its beauty. Also, Robert practices martial arts, specifically Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, to keep in good physical shape and stay mentally alert. Robert Duvall's personal life shows that he is a sincere and complex person who has experienced both the good and bad parts of love and life. Even though he has experienced sadness and disappointment, he stays positive. He keeps focusing on his art and enjoying life with his partner. His life is not just about being successful in movies, but also about searching for happiness and the real purpose of life. At 93 years old, Robert Duvall is now living a peaceful and quiet life, away from the spotlight of the stage and screen. Even though he is not currently working on big artistic projects, he is still seen as a very important figure in movies. Band has made a lasting impact on the history of Hollywood. Robert's life right now is a peaceful mix of spending calm days with his wife, Luciana Pedraza, and still being involved in the arts by working on smaller projects or helping others as a mentor. Robert and Luciana live on a peaceful farm in Virginia, where they enjoy nature and their love for tango, a dance that has connected them since the beginning of their relationship. For them, tango is not just something they do for fun, but a crucial part of their everyday routine, helping them stay connected and upbeat. Also, Robert continues to do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which he thinks helps him stay healthy and alert, even though he is getting older. Although he is not seen on screen as much as before, Robert still has a strong passion for the movie business. He frequently watches recent films, talks about current trends, and motivates young actors. Robert, a very talented actor from the 20th century, is always ready to help and guide young actors, motivating them to discover their characters deeply and value being genuine in their performances. Robert Duvall is remembered not just for his memorable characters, but also for the principles he shared in the film industry. He showed that acting is more than just a job, it is an art that links people's feelings and narratives. Memorable roles such as Tom Hagen in The Godfather, Lieutenant Colonel Kilgore in Apocalypse Now, and Max Sledge in Tender Mercies have left a lasting impression on viewers. Robert's performances were so genuine, detailed, and emotionally rich that they have become unforgettable. The roles he played are not just famous movie characters, but also important examples of strength and kindness. In addition to his own successes, Robert inspires actors and filmmakers who come after him. He has always highlighted how important it is to look for truth in art and to keep learning. Well-known awards such as the Oscars, Golden Globes, and the National Medal of Arts show how much he has worked hard in the film industry. Robert Duvall has not only left a legacy of his art, but also a symbol of determination and love for his work. From starting out on small stages to becoming a famous figure, he has shown that talent, hard work, and passion for what you do can help you overcome any challenge. Although Robert now prefers a peaceful life, his impact will continue to be remembered fondly by people who love the arts worldwide. His achievements show that true greatness comes from staying committed to important values, rather than seeking temporary fame. If Robert Duvall's story has motivated you, we would be happy to know what you think. What do you find most impressive about him? Remember to share your thoughts and participate in the conversation with us. If you like this content, please show your support by liking, sharing, and subscribing to discover more uplifting stories. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Farewell.